दम भी है, ढीले है थोड़े पर दम भी है। तू तड़ाक हम भी है, इसी धर्म भी है, सुर ताल से जगा है देखो इंडिया। नमस्ते 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 इंडिया। नमस्ते 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 इंडिया। वो 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 नमस्ते। वो 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 नमस्ते। Where dreams turn into reality, beyond Bollywood, devotion, determination, beyond Bollywood.
यहाँ अलग अलग है जात पात, कहीं रात में दिन है, कहीं दिन में रात। यहाँ अजब अजब है बात बात, कहीं मात में जीत है, कहीं जीत में मात।
ईद है, दिवाली है, होली है, बैसाखी है, त्योहारों से है भरा ये मेरा इंडिया। नमस्ते 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 इंडिया। नमस्ते 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 इंडिया। वो 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 नमस्ते। वो 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 नमस्ते। Where dreams turn into reality, beyond Bollywood, devotion, determination, beyond Bollywood.
Dignitaries, officials of diplomatic missions, leaders of the community, officials of apex bodies and affiliated organizations, and members of Indian Cultural Center and Indian community. Very good evening, namaskar, assalamu alaikum. India is the land of festivals. From the north to south and from the west to east, throughout the hills, valleys, ghats, paddies and seashores and towns, we celebrate one or the other festival. From village to urban population alike celebrate those special occasions which are important to our culture, heritage, region and religion. We celebrate many festivals like festivals of light, festivals of colors, festive celebration of faith and devotion, festivals of harvest, and the list is endless. Every day of the year there is a festival celebrated in some part of our country. Each Indian festival has their own significance to celebrate. Festivals in India are spectacular display of cultural diversity and at the same time display of our unity in diversity, which makes India stand apart and make us proud. Today we are taking you through a journey of festive celebrations of India, Bharat Utsav, and presenting some of those festivities in their miniature form on this stage. We are sure this will take you through some nostalgic moments too. Before we begin with our public function, let us welcome the dignitaries amongst us with a flower bouquet. I would request beautiful dressed children to welcome our guests with a flower bouquet. First, let us welcome Advisory Council Chairman of Indian Cultural Center, Mr. Hassan Jaugle. Now, let us welcome the Coordinating Officer of Indian Cultural Center and Counselor at Indian Embassy, Mr. Rajesh Kamble. Now, let us welcome representative of our main sponsor, Administration and Finance Manager of Tehsil Group, Mr. Anand Pashupati. Now let us welcome the representative of our event sponsor, Doha Bank, Chief of Wholesale Banking, Mr. C. Krishnan. Now let's all together welcome the chief guest of the evening, Honorable Ambassador of India to Qatar, Sri P. Kumaran. We also recognize the presence of His Excellencies, Ambassador of Bangladesh, Ambassador of Nepal, and Ambassador of Sri Lanka. May I kindly request everyone to kindly raise for the Qatar National Anthem followed by Indian National Anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
In the public function, I would request honorable guests to kindly come on stage. May I request our President, ICC President Mrs. Milan Arun to kindly escort Honorable Ambassador of India, Sri P. Kumaran to the stage. Now may I request ICC Head of Education, Mrs. Naina Wag, to kindly escort Administration Finance Manager of Tehsil Group, Mr. Anand Pashupati, onto the stage. Now may I request ICC Head of Finance, Mr. Girish Jain, to escort Chief of Wholesale Banking, Doha Bank, Mr. Krishnan, onto the stage, please. Now may I request ICC Head of Sports, Advocate Jafar Khan, to escort ICC Coordinating Officer, Mr. Rajesh Kamblai, to the stage, please. Now may I request ICC Head of Consular Service and Membership, Mr. K.S. Pratap, to escort ICC Advisory Council Chairman, Mr. Hassan Joglan, to the stage, please. Thank you. Now I would request ICC President Mrs. Milan Arun to kindly give the welcome address.
Assalamu alaikum, namaskar, vanakkam and good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Bharat Utsav, a culmination of few months of cultural preparations of a journey through festive celebrations of India. This program is an amalgamation of creative representations by the organizations affiliated to ICC and the local Indian schools. You will be seeing them projecting in their own way the festivities of a multi-diverse yet most unified country in this world, our beloved motherland, India. So, on behalf of my colleagues at the Managing Committee and staff at the Indian Culture Center, I welcome our chief guest of today, Honorable Indian Ambassador to Qatar, Shri Kumaranji. It has become very popular to hear in all quarters, hailing you as the people's ambassador, sir. And we thank you for recognizing and supporting our expatriate needs, and at the same time, ensuring Indo-Qatar relationship growing from strength to strength. Thank you for gracing this Utsav with your honorable presence, sir. We look forward to the arrival of Mrs. Ritu Kumaran, who will be joining us soon. It is indeed an honor to have amongst us our invitees, His Excellency, Mr. Aushad Ahmad, Ambassador of Bangladesh. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. His Excellency, Mr. Ramesh Prasad Koirala, Ambassador of Nepal. And His Excellency, oh, I love this, Don Prince Solomon, Ambassador of Sri Lanka. We are awaiting the arrival of the Ambassador of Afghanistan, His Excellency, Mr. Faizullah Kakar. And I would also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Kohurangam, Charge d'Affaires of Sri Lanka. Thank you, Excellencies, for accepting our invite, and we graciously welcome you to join us in this festive journey. And we sincerely hope you will take home today a piece of India in your hearts, sitting here amongst us in Qatar. At this midway juncture level of the tenure of this ICC Managing Committee, I am duty-bound, along with them, to express sincere gratitude to the sponsors for the commitment to the community, especially the Indian community being the largest in this country. They indeed are the unifiers who bring us together in such celebrations by supporting us through their gestures at sponsorship. In line with the same, it is indeed an honor to have with us the Finance and Admin Manager of Thaisler Motors, Mr. Pasuputi Anand. our main sponsors of today, Mr. Anand, Taisi Motors, and especially your support, sir, to the Indian community is very much sincerely appreciated. We welcome you today, along with Mrs. Vidya Anand, to this festive occasion. I'm also happy to share with you that Mr. Adil Mannai, President of Taisir Motors, personally conveyed to me his happiness, Taisir being the sellers of Suzuki Maruti cars, and how proud and happy he felt about it. He asked me to personally pass on his special wishes and greetings to all of us. Unfortunately, due to earlier plans, he flew out of Qatar yesterday, so could not join us. Our event sponsor, Doha Bank, Shri Mr. Krishnan, thank you very much for accepting our invite and being here. We also look forward to the arrival of Dr. Sita Raman, our own 2017 Pravasi Bharat Samman recipient and CEO of Doha Bank. This will be conveyed to Dr. Sita Raman, that his overwhelming support given to ICC. We are very thankful to that. We also take this opportunity to congratulate Doha Bank in widening the horizons and recently opening a branch in Chennai. Congratulations, Doha Bank. Your constant support over the years has become the sheet anchor ICC has rested upon with confidence. We at ICC are proud to share ICC banks with Doha Bank. We welcome and thank you, Mr. Krishnan, on behalf of Doha Bank for being here. I acknowledge the presence and extend a warm welcome to our coordinating officer of Indian Culture Center, Sri Rajesh Kambleji, Pravasi Award winner and chairman of ICC, Sri Chowgle Saab, officers at the Indian Embassy of Qatar, President of IBP Sri K.M. Verghese ji, President of ISC Sri Nilang Shide Saab, Chairman, Advisory Committee and Managing Committee members of all the apex bodies and affiliated organizations, Chairman and principals of schools in Qatar, the news conveyor, the media. The stars who are going to rock the stage, the nearly 350 artists, choreographers, volunteers, parents, and my dear students. A warm welcome to each and every one of you to this Bharat Utsav, where the uniqueness in our diversity is brought to you in an array of colorful, extremely energetic renditions, which will take you across the length and breadth of our Bharat. You will not fail to notice every artist coming on stage displaying a fiery sense of patriotism. This keenness in exhibiting the talents, in projecting that it is diversity of each of us, is which brings out the strength of us, the unity among our Indians, and clearly conveys that one of our unifying factors is our rich heritage, our culture. Come, let us begin the festive journey. Welcome to Bharat Utsav. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind, Jai Qatar.
Thank you, Milanji, for that warm welcome. Now I would request His Excellency Sri P. Kumaranji, Ambassador of India, to give the Chief Guest address.
Namaskar, good evening, Assalamu alaikum. It's such a pleasure to see all of you today. Let me start by welcoming my fellow ambassadors in alphabetical order. Ambassador of Bangladesh, Ambassador Ashwad Ahmed. Ambassador of Nepal, Professor Ramesh Koirala. Ambassador of Sri Lanka, who joined us briefly, despite his commitments relating to the Sri Lankan New Year celebrations today, Ambassador Panagoda Lianage, and the Ambassador of Afghanistan, who will be joining us shortly, ICC President Ms. Milan Arun, ICC Advisory Council Chairman Mr. Hassan Chowgule, Mr. Anand of Taisir Motors, Mr. Krishnan of Doha Bank, my colleague Rajesh Kamble, ICC Management Committee members, community leaders, presidents of other community apex bodies. It's indeed a pleasure for me to join you all today at this Bharat Utsav celebrations, which aims to showcase the vast diversity available in Indian culture. Outsiders, when they travel to India, find this diversity mind-boggling and some indeed mind-numbing. It is indeed a matter of pride that we are able to maintain a broad strand of unity despite this kind of diversity. And it is incumbent upon every generation to ensure that the next generation, especially amongst diasporic communities like us, pass on the values and essential elements of our culture to the next generation. To that end, it is important for us to organize cultural events and to make facilities available through the various community organizations for our children to witness and to get a chance to be exposed to Indian culture in its various dimensions. I commend the work of the Indian Cultural Center and the various affiliated organizations and the various organizations that provide training and exposure to elements of Indian culture on a commercial basis. All of them have their role and all of them make contributions that are valuable. I want to thank all of them for their contribution over the long term to maintaining and passing on Indian culture to future generations. I'm particularly happy that the ICC has taken the annual functions or the biannual functions that it organizes to the next level and moved on to a more ambitious venue like the QNCC. I hope we get a chance to become more ambitious in the coming years. Next year is particularly important for us because 2019 has been identified as the India-Qatar Year of Culture. And we have a long list of items that we plan to do during the course of 2019. And some of those events, I hope we will be able to do some big bang events with some really famous troops and personalities visiting India. I don't want to prematurely announce any of those programs. I think towards the end of the year, it will be much more clear as to what all we can possibly embark on once we have support lined up. And I also want to thank the government of Qatar for